So the Africa Building Hub team is growing and your demands and your needs are quite a lot. So we are growing the team as well, and today we have Kweku who is joining the team, and you'll be seeing his face often in the video. So introduce yourself.
My name is Kweku.
Okay.
I'm a videographer and a photographer.
A videographer and a photographer and a young person. So today I have a question for you. Why is it that young people in Ghana, they are not interested in building houses?
The little I know, and from some of my friends, these days, most of them feel if you have the money, spend it today, enjoy the life today. Maybe in the near future, 5 years, 10 years to come, you may get money when you're working.
Okay.
And you'll be able to buy the kind of land you want to buy. But at the moment, just feel free, have fun, get a car, show off.
It's good you've mentioned the car, because that's what I wanted to talk about. It's like when a young person gets money, the first thing they want to do is to buy a car. What has car done to people? I'm sure you too, as you are working and you are earning money, you are thinking of when you get like some 100,000, you're going to buy a car. You've planned the car you want to buy in your head.
As a young person, they feel it's not yet time for them to settle.
Okay.
Yeah, so if he has a car, one, he's able to move around.
Okay.
And two, to flex around.
To flex
around, yes.
Okay.
Most of them, you know, when these young girls see you in a car and all that. So there's been this notion or mentality that those with the cars are taking other girls. So he's making efforts to make money. That's his target.
So your whole life, your whole purpose, your target, you're working hard is just to impress girls.
Most of the young ones out there.
No, it's serious, because recently there was this Absa Bank case. I don't know if you heard about it, where an employee or a contract staff stole 1.2 million Ghana cedis. And the first thing he bought was iPhone 14 Pro Max. After that, he went to buy a car, Toyota Camry. He didn't buy land, he didn't buy house. And the next one, like he said, to impress girls, he was taking his girlfriend to Dubai.
See, when he got the money, the first thing he thought of was to buy an iPhone.
Yeah.
That's the latest thing. We don't know what is going on behind the scenes, but then maybe he has this pressure of your friends are using iPhone and you're still using the normal Samsung and Techno phones. Your friends are sitting in these private cars having fun, and you're always working. I feel it's the pressure from his surrounding environment.
Okay.
Because any young guy who would have such money should look at something to do with it, invest in it or do something. For me, I'm with the notion of getting a land.
Okay.
Yes, I have the plans. Sometimes when I hear people mentioning the price of land, I get scared off. But then I still talk to people who are older than me or who have ventured into it and seek advice with them and how I can be able to purchase my own land.
Okay. But you said something about Samsung and Techno. Please, we will not accept any brand shaming on this channel. Samsung and Techno phones are also very, very good.
Sure.
Top phones. I don't know what iPhones specifically have done to Ghana girls, right? And Ghana young people. Why do people like iPhones like that?
People see it as a flex.
They see it as a flex.
As a flex.
But the Samsung phones can equally do what the iPhones do. Anyway, so we did a video on iPhone versus land. And somebody took that video and put it, I hear, on Snapchat. Me, I'm not even there. So I hear it went viral, but me, I'm not on Snapchat. So it was people who were calling me that, hey, they've seen me on Snapchat and I'm talking about iPhone versus land, and people are commenting and things like that. So it looks like the younger generation, you prefer phones, you prefer cars, and then girls are the ambition, the drive.
Mostly.
Yeah. There was this lady who was also working in another bank. It's like the bank people have issues. This national service lady, I think you heard the story,
Yes,
and she was the side chick of a certain CFO of the bank. Then you got the opportunity to be side chick. You didn't ask him to buy you land. You didn't ask him to build you a house. Honda Civic, number 1. 2, rent at some apartment, 2-bedroom apartment or something. Showing off. So why?
Well, I feel these days the generation that is coming, the youth that are coming, are driven by their surroundings.
Okay.
The people around them.
So peer pressure.
And
social media, because a lot of people are living fake life on social media.
I think that is the main cause. That's the main reason why these young guys go after the cars, the phones, rather than getting a land. Just to show off. Most of these things, these cars and stuff are rented. People waste money renting cars just to show off.
Hey, I have some more. No, Charlie, if you have experience, please comment below, because I'm shocked.
Yeah, it's very true. I had a friend when we were back on campus. who could go and rent a car just to show off on campus.
Wow.
And
get girls.
That was it.
Hey.
Yeah, so most people just want to show off on social media. Most of the things that we see, the flashy cars, the flashy dresses, some of the dresses are even borrowed.
Wow.
Just to impress. So he goes to take, say, 500 cedis, gives it to a friend. I want to borrow your dress, I want to borrow this, your phone, your car, just to show off.
But Charlie, what would be a nicer show off than, Charlie, you show your friends that, Charlie, I've built this my nice 1-bedroom house, so Charlie, with the interior decor, top notch, TV, flat screen here, furniture here.
You see, most of them are like, if we have the money today, let's spend it today.
Oh, okay. So that's how you guys think. If you have the money today, you only live once.
You only live once.
Chilly.
I came across this friend who were having a conversation in my neighborhood, and then one was like, if I buy land right now, it will take me extra money to build on it.
Okay.
So why waste that money on the land when I can actually chill with the money?
Now, when you chill the money is gone.
Yes,
if you even buy the land, you still have land you can sell.
I think you don't have that luxury.
No, but you can sell it. Even if you don't want to like build on it, right? You can flip. You go and buy some cheap land somewhere. You wait for 1 year, 2 years, the price doubles, you sell it.
Or maybe I feel the advocacy is not there. The young guys are not getting the message clear. Yeah, I feel the need for these platforms to voice out more to the young ones, because recently I heard Kojo Shori has built a house, and I was shocked. And these young guys are building. So if the media would
project these things more,
I think it will draw attention to it, because most of the time people waste money and then sit back and recount on it. I normally have friends who have these kind of conversations where you have people squandering so much money, and then later they feel I should have done this or that with the money.
Wow, that's interesting. So speaking of young people who are doing well, we had a TikTok live video on Saturday, right? And there were some people who were like 23 years. They said, oh, they've built a 2-bedroom house. They've reached this level. So people are sharing their experiences. So it looks like not everybody is doing something stupid, right?
Yeah, sure.
Some are actually doing really, really well for themselves. Different places. One was in the north. He even sent me mobile money. Thank you so much if you're watching this video, Justice. Sent me mobile money for the encouragement and things. So I think this channel and what we are doing is also very important to educate young people. Let them know that it's possible. Let them know how much is involved so that they can start planning small, right? Because when you look at the YouTube analytics for this channel, the majority of people who are watching are between like 35 to 70 years. That's about 90% of the people who are watching.
Okay, so I have a YouTube channel.
Okay.
I create youth series.
Okay.
And then majority of the people who watch the series are between the ages of 18 to 24.
Okay.
Some 25, some 26.
Okay.
So when they come online, for example YouTube, to surf the internet, they channel their attention to some of these things.
Okay, entertainment and things like that. Okay.
And stuff. And so I feel if these platforms like your own can project it through that channel, where it's sort of entertainment for the youth to follow, maybe something that
in the midst of the entertainment, we also educate them and things like that.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that was who helped project.
So that's content for you as well, right? You can look at how some of the things that the young people are doing and how they can also channel their energies into more productive things, right? Yeah. I hear nowadays you need about minimum 100,000 CDs to get married, and that's another reason why you people are not building. Because one, you people now you don't like marriage, but if you want to marry too, you are using all your investment and savings. Some people even go and borrow money, and the kind of drama and the fashion and the glam for their weddings.
Okay, so I always engage with my friends. Sometimes we have conversations like this. Yeah, so there was this time we were having a conversation, and it feels like when it comes to the issue of marriage, I think one guy was making a comment that he wants to get money, build his house, own a house, have his car, have his luxury of life
before he gets
married.
Okay.
He doesn't want to go and marry and probably stress the woman. And one other guy also raised the concern that, well, if you say you're going to wait till you make that money before you get married, you might make the money and then you would pass the age you are supposed to marry. I feel when it comes to marriage, people are doing a lot, and some of these things buy pressure for the young ones out there.
Now it looks like you people, their pressure because you said cars are buying pressure for you, dresses are buying pressure for you, social media is buying pressure. Now marriage is also buying pressure.
I think that is the main problem when it comes to the youth.
Okay.
It's everywhere. Peer pressure. It's in the schools.
Okay.
Right from GHS, SHS to the university. The university is worse. Okay. From outside the country, you meet the DBs, the rich people, and some of these people coming on campus are driving in cars and showing off, and you feel like, then that kind of,
you came to accompany them.
That kind of thing. Because I remember I had a mate in school, always changing cars.
Okay. And the car could be rented, like you said, or this one was his parents' car.
Yeah, he sells and then they top up and he buys a new one.
Okay. But he was doing business.
Yes.
You people were saying that but he's doing business.
Yes. So initially we didn't know where the money was coming from. So we thought he was renting, but later we got to know that no, his father was actually a prominent person. Okay. Yeah, so that was where the source of income was coming from. So some of us, when we got to know that, okay, so this is the source of income, we drew back. And we focused on why we were there. Yeah. So we're not even moving with him at some point in time because we thought this is the source of income. My mother does not have that kind of money. My father does not have that kind of money. So let me just be in my lane.
Okay. All right. So you also comment below why you think the young people are not building. Now, let me ask you a question. Would you want to build a house or buy a house if you had the money?
If I had the money, I'll build.
You build. Why?
I feel buying the house, someone has got to buy the land, has bought the materials, the building materials to raise a building. Probably to the person's taste. Okay. Not my taste. Okay. And when the person is selling that building, he factors in the cost of the land and then the cost of the building materials that has gone into the investment. But if I am the one building for myself, I go out there, let someone accompany me or help me get a land. And then I go out there to find out the cost of building materials myself. Okay. Get people to help me raise the building. To my taste, I think that is
okay. So basically, better. For you want to build your dream house, right?
Yes.
You don't want to buy somebody's vision and taste. That's very interesting. Now, another one for young people, especially after university, first degree, and things like that. People start working, right? So, would you rather rent closer to where you live or build a house far away from town? Let's say you got a job at a bank working at Accra Central, right? Rent close to Accra is very expensive. As opposed to coming all the way to Pokwasi, Amasama, and Sawan to go and rent. And if you rent far away you are going to pay more transportation. You are going to get to work late, or you have to wake up at 4 a.m. and leave the house. You get home late, you get tired. Which one would you prefer? Renting closer to town or saving money small and buying a land somewhere far away and then building?
Okay, so I had this offer from a company that needed my services for video editing. Okay. And then they were willing to pay, was it 1,500? Initially it wasn't that amount, but I told them to take it up to 2,500. And then considering the location, the amount they proposed to me after taking out my transportation, the amount left to save is 100 cedis. Wow. Even with 1,500. And then I told them to make it 2,500 so that I can save some of the money. And they were like, they can't get that amount of money. So I didn't even accept the offer. If the pay is good, okay, and then the renting there is quite moderate, okay, I think I'll go in for that one. Okay. But if the pay isn't good, personally, I won't even venture. Okay. So share your thoughts also. Which one would you prefer? And you'll be seeing more of Kweku on this channel. So welcome him. Let him feel good in the comment section. Now, we made a dedicated video on how if you go for a job which is paying you something and you're able to save 2,000 cedis a month, you'll be able to build bit by bit. So click on this video and watch that. We'll see you over there. Thanks, Bibri.